I am of the opinion that all astrology assumes a fundamentally determined universe. That's not a difficult thing to say, because the astrology is, based in astronomical measurements, and by Newtonian mechanics, the orbits of the planets around the sun, and hence also their positions geocentrically, can be fixed way in advance, which was how we come to have ephemerides. So that is fixed. The question is that people have discussed over the millennia without reaching a satisfactory solution to, is where in our world the boundary between that basic mechanics of the universe and the human capacity to think and identify their inner self and think freely and with intent, where that boundary is. So one option, all these options are actually set out in the classical era or the Babylonian era. So I'll start with the Babylonians, for whom the solution was to perform rituals. So in Babylonian astrology, if there was a difficult prediction for the king, and until about 500 BC, we think that all astrology was actually conducted for the king, then the king could perform various rituals to satisfy the planetary deities to avert a threatened future. Then if we look at the classical era, then Plato, whose influence runs through all subsequent astrology, separated the rational conscious, or the rational soul, as he called it, from the animal and emotional soul. So in Plato's cosmology, the soul inhabits the stars, and then as it's incarnated, it descends through the planetary spheres into the material world, and the whole material world rests in psyche or soul or consciousness. So in the material world, we then have a emotional soul which feels, which gets upset or angry, an animal soul which lives, dies, needs to eat, gets hungry, thirsty. But the rational soul always maintains that connection with the stars that's free from the body. So wherever you get a platonically inclined astrology, then there's always space for absolute freedom of choice, separate to physical pressures.